Hey all, it is Thursday, June 2nd, right? Yeah, about 7:30 p.m. It's been a little longer than usual since my last video. Um, Part of that is because of school. I'm doing summer school all summer and trying to work at the same time. Also, because, to be honest, I've been a little bit nervous to do another video. Like a week and a half ago or something, I emailed a lot of my close friends and family and people who I had already come out to or who found out through the grapevine. So I emailed them and told them, that I know and that I am totally willing to answer questions and to talk about this and to remind them that I joke about stuff, so don't be, offended if I joke about anything. And then I also included the links to my YouTube and Tumblr as well. So doing that, it makes you feel very vulnerable. So it made me feel pretty nervous. I did have some very good conversations, or good questions come out of it. Not as many as I had thought, but, people are still nervous to ask questions and talk to me, which is fine. You feel like you're invading my privacy, and but it's not. It's I'm putting it out there, so it's really not an invasion of privacy. So yeah, I've been a little nervous, but oh well, gotta keep going. And to all those friends and family who do watch my videos, thank you for all the words of support or questions or anything. So it's been nice. So yeah. Monday, I don't even know what day of the week it is. Monday marked 2 months on T. Wednesday was 9 weeks. Months and weeks, again. Physically, I'm doing pretty good. I've noticed, voice. One. It cracks, like, Mickey to James Earl Jones within a sentence. It's ridiculous. And then my hair is starting to change a little bit. It's darkening, which is kind of weird. And my pores, I've noticed, are a little thicker. I've also noticed an increase in muscle mass. Probably partly due to the fact that I've been doing CrossFit for like 2.5 weeks. Almost every day, like 4 days a week, something like that. 4 or 5 days a week. Which it's pretty hardcore and like lifting and stuff. So I'm noticing a lot in my lats, increasing muscle mass there. I really don't want to be a muscle head. There's no distinguishing, but yeah. So that I actually do like that, the increase in muscle mass. So that's been nice. What else physically? I've noticed that I'm more tired than I normally am. Like yesterday and the day before, I had to take a nap in the afternoon. Like there was no getting around it, and I'm pretty sure that has to do with the fact that my estrogen and progesterone have really dropped off. Well, I don't know that for sure, but that's what I'm guessing. And my hormones are really kind of out of whack because I am pretty sure my menses is done. That's just amazing. But so all of my hormones are really, really out of whack right now. So I've just been kind of exhausted, mentally and physically, and it doesn't help that I'm kind of beating my body physically, but got to keep it going, and exercise typically gives me decent amounts of energy, so I keep doing that. Yeah, that's pretty much it physically. Aside from, nothing. I don't know. I've been, like, as the changes happen and as everything is starting to masculinize, if that's a freaking word, the dysphoria has also heightened, which it's kind of weird. But, hey, I have a little bit of an Adam's apple. That's cool. But yeah, so as like most of the dysphoria is really centered around my chest, which is just super frustrating. Because like I can feel the muscles building under my boobies, or the tumors, as I refer to them, my tumors. So it's just it's super frustrating. And as I'm becoming like more comfortable in my manhood, or getting into my manhood, and just still the dysphoria is really, really ridiculous. As are pronouns. Pronouns are driving me crazy right now. Like my professor in my class right now, she knows I'm trans, and she's been super supportive and awesome, and so she has been making a conscious effort of trying to refer to me in the male pronoun. But there are people in my class who have had classes with me before who know that I'm biologically female, so they refer to me as she, and my professor refers to me as he. It's a fucking clusterfuck. It is just horrible. And I'm sitting there going, pick one. I don't know. My preference is male, but I don't want to, in the middle of class and my classmates say she, be like, no, I'm he. That's just, I don't do that. I don't like drawing attention to myself like that. But, and it's the worst because I sit right in the front of the class. I'm one of those kids. And she'll use me as an example all the time because I kind of know her. And so she'll be talking about me, and she'll be like, she, and then he, and I'm just like, oh, way to draw attention to it. And I know she doesn't mean to, but, it's horrible. And then we have a lab component of this class because it's exercise physiology. So we have to go into the exercise lab and, like, calculate our max oxygen consumptions and, like, workload and stuff. And so the first day I go in, and we have to calculate, and there are gender differences, or sex differences, not gender differences. There are sex differences physically. There's just no denying that. And so when we were calculating like max oxygen consumption, it's like male or female, and I'm like, shit, biologically female. So I wrote female down. So then like half the data is female, and then after that lab I talked with the professor, and she's like, well, why didn't you put male? It doesn't matter. I could care less about the lab data as long as you're comfortable. And I'm like, well, shit. So then I go back the next week, and the TA mentioned something, and I said male, and now it's just like, and I got myself into that. But it's only a 4-week class, so it's almost over. But there was one day where it was, we had to run on the treadmill, and you have a freaking mouthpiece in, and guys are supposed to go topless, and girls are supposed to be in a sports bra because we had been doing EKG with it as well, so you have all the diodes all over you. And my professor was really nice, and she came in and did those herself so that I wouldn't, have to deal with the TA or anyone else in class. So she just kind of pulled me aside and did it herself. And then, the binder doesn't help at all, but whatever. So, yeah, we're having to do that, and it was just so uncomfortable because everyone's just like, as DJ having to work with our professor instead of just doing it, with partners. And, it's just, as little attention as I try to draw to myself, it seems like it's just drawing more. And like I said, it's only 2 more weeks, so we'll see. But yeah, funny story on the treadmill. I fell off. Every minute it increased in incline and speed, and so I was up at about 7.5 minutes and just trying to power it through, and I closed my eyes momentarily, and I bing right off the back and ripped out the entire mouthpiece, and perfectly in keeping with me. So yeah, that was my funny story for the week. But I landed on my feet. How cool is that? It was like Ninja Cat style. Everyone was super impressed. But yeah. So pronouns suck. Hate pronouns. You don't realize how ingrained pronouns are in people's mind until you are faced with changing them. So, yeah. That's basically what's been going on in my life. Sorry it's so sporadic, but that's kind of where my brain's at right now. It's like 50 different places. So, hope you guys are well, and I will try to post a better update soon.